Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to chat with you guys about the direction that my YouTube channel is going. So a little less than a week ago, I posted a poll on my community tab here on YouTube about how you guys felt about gardening content. Now, the reason I posted that is that every time that I publish a video about AeroGarden, let's say, I get a lot of people unsubscribing. So I was trying to find out, how do people feel in general about that topic on my blog and whether or not I should keep publishing content. So that was the purpose of the poll that I did on my site. And so what I did, and I'll pop up the results of the poll on the video here. So 79% of the people said, I want indoor gardening videos. Okay. 18% of you said you don't really care one way or another. So probably the bottom line is that, and maybe you're not into AeroGarden or what have you, but you're not going to get upset if I publish those. And just 4% said, you know, the way I worded it on the poll was, if you post one more indoor gardening video, I'll unsubscribe. And 4% chose that. Now, at this point, the numbers may change because I'm leaving the poll up, so there may be some differences, but for the most part, the percentages were high enough that I felt like I could make a decision at this point regarding what to do with indoor gardening videos. So since the majority of you said that you want indoor gardening videos, or you're at least okay with them, I am going to continue to publish indoor gardening videos on my YouTube channel. But I want to talk about what that does and does not mean, okay? So first of all, it doesn't mean that this is going to be a gardening channel. There are a lot of channels that talk just about gardening, and I, have considered just doing that, having two separate channels, but I would really struggle with that. So the bottom line is that indoor gardening will just be a piece of the content, a percentage, maybe 20, 25% at the most of the content that I publish on this channel. So my real channel focus is food security, and my heart's desire is that you guys have food security no matter where you live. Now, some of you have land and you maybe even have a huge garden. You might have chickens, whatever. And then some of you might be living in a New York City or, other urban city apartment and not have any yard at all, or maybe have a tiny balcony or what have you. And so for those of you living in small spaces, food security is much harder to attain. And I have just found that indoor gardening is one of the best ways to do that. So I see indoor gardening as a part of the whole when it comes to food security. So in terms of what to expect with the content on my channel, I plan to publish videos in 5 different main categories. The first one is building a prepper pantry. And there are a lot of different ways to do this. You can do it through canning, through dehydrating. You can buy food at the grocery store. You can buy freeze-dried food, which is something I actually love doing because of the long, shelf life and all of that. And also, gardening plays a part of that. Okay, so that's the kind of the overarching theme. I already touched on this, but the second thing is canning. And I mostly do small batch canning because I am in a small place. I don't have a lot of room, and I mostly use the Nesco canner. So you might be seeing that in a lot of the videos. I think that's why a lot of you subscribed in the first place, is because you use a Nesco. And also just some other general canning related topics. The third category is dehydrating. I personally love dehydrating food. It shrinks up well and it doesn't take a lot of space, and it's very easy to do. So especially if you're newer to preserving food, dehydrating is a great way to go. So there will be some general dehydrating tips and also how-tos, demonstrations of showing certain types of things being dehydrated. The next category is cooking from food storage. So you've got a pantry full of food, whether that's home canned food, food that you've bought from the grocery store, freeze-dried food, dry goods, pasta, rice, that type of thing, beans. So what I want to really do is give you ideas for how to use all of that food that you've stored in your pantry. So in the videos, I'll show you how to cook different recipes, how to make mixes, whether that's a pancake mix or a muffin mix or taco seasoning, that type of thing. And then, how to use freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. So maybe you have a recipe and, you have some freeze-dried or dehydrated food in your pantry and you want to know what to do with it. How do you take a recipe and adapt that and use some of your pantry items for that? So that's kind of a broad category there. And then, of course, as I've already alluded to, indoor gardening. So that will be primarily based, AeroGarden based content, but other things as well. I'm a big fan of sprouting. So for those of you that don't even yet have an AeroGarden, you can start with sprouting, and that's very easy and inexpensive to do. So there may be those types of videos and just some other tips about gardening indoors, and that being a part of your food storage plan. So now the question is, what do you do if you're only interested in one of these topics? Maybe you're only interested in canning, or you're only interested in dehydrating, or you subscribed specifically for my AeroGarden articles. Some of you that responded to the poll that I posted said that that was the whole reason you subscribed to my channel. Well, with a variety of content, particularly since it's just me doing the content, I don't have a team to help me. I can only put out so much content at a time. There's going to be a fair amount of the videos that you're not interested in. So the deal is just skip those. So that's what I'd like to encourage you to do, is if you see a video in the feed that is not one of the categories you're interested in, then by all means skip it. It won't hurt my feelings at all. Now, in terms of frequency, my goal, what I would love to do is to publish 2 videos a week, but that's highly unlikely for me to keep up with for a long period of time. So I'm hoping at a minimum 1 video a week. Also, I'm going to experiment with my community tab quite a bit, and I would love to interact with you there. There may be polls where you can give your opinion, like those of you did about the gardening topic. There may be just questions. I want to hear from you. Some of it might be humorous or what have you, but it's another way for you to interact with me. And I really want to encourage you to interact with me in the community tab, because then you have more of an option, more of an opportunity to give your opinion about things like the content that I create. So there you have it. That's the direction that I'm going with my channel. I hope that you'll be along for the ride. If this sounds good to you and you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, like this video as well. And by all means, let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you about this and answer any questions that you might have. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.